Occasionally, welcome to modern Stoic insights. Living is like watching a movie about you. However, it's not quite the version. You present the world with inside the scenes. A part of you is there. It's too intense, overly ambitious, too quirky to disclose. This shadow-hidden self frequently appears similar to a personal stylist. However, what if we embrace this shadow? May open a more authentic and successing in life as we enter the world of understanding and including today's hidden parts, creating conceptual drawings from the Stoic philosophy of Carl Jung. Do not forget, this journey focuses on self-reclamation. Steering our lives is the goal, in the direction of real fulfillment after overcoming the inner chaos. The Stoic conversated about, if you agree with this or you want to know where this investigating may result in, hitting the button to subscribe. A click is not enough. It's a devotion to more explanations like this, and remember me, via this video, never let a moment go by, as each and every aspect of our conversation is essential for making a more self-empowered. Thus, let's investigate what we can learn from these shadows and how to accept them can change what we do in our quest for self-awareness. There's a fascinating, often neglected aspect that a lot of us possibly not even aware of. The shadow self, the first use of this term. Carl Jung, a psychologist, alluding to the secret side of our individuality. The parts we select not to view or display. It is like every part of us. Anything we have ever felt compelled to conceal. Alternatively, suppress. We worry that it's too much, insufficiently good. Alternatively, maybe just because it isn't aligned, who we believe we should be. With this shadow is not meant only as a repository for adverse characteristics. Moreover, it holds unrecognized advantages. Moreover, unrealized potential, the idea. It might be a beginning for the shadow self. Nonetheless, enlightening. Think for a moment. Those passing ideas you've had that don't seem to line up with your common perception of yourself. Perhaps there is a sudden outburst of anger, a bit of jealousy, or an arrangement daydream that seems uncharacteristic. These are not only idle thoughts. Those are your shadow's messages. Clues to comprehend the whole range of your identity. By analyzing these concepts, we are able to begin seeing the tours of our secret self, bringing the light to things we have left unseen. Why bother now with this examination? Value is taught by Stoicism, the path of self-knowledge to personal freedom and virtue. The Stoics considered living with nature in harmony, including nature in humanity. Moreover, that implies accepting every part of oneself by accessing, moreover, including our shadow. We not only become more comprehensive, nevertheless, more resilient and able to address life's difficulties. We develop an understanding. Our shadows are not our adversaries. However, essential components of who we are, upon acknowledgement, can result in increased personal development and acceptance of self-shadow integration. Giving free rein is not the goal to the impulses of our baser. Instead, it's about acknowledging and changing them. Let's talk. You have always considered yourself as acceptable. However, deep down, a competitive streak is underway. You resist because it doesn't reflect who you are. By accepting this side of competitiveness, it may be channeled in a productive way into sports and other areas, business or individual passions, applying it to promote you, rather of waiting for it to appear in potentiality on you. Destructive means the shadow-facing procedure. It may not be comfortable. A level of honesty is needed. Moreover, courage many people find daunting. Nevertheless, it is in this discomfort that we discover the chance for real change. Similar to the Stoic method of personal analyzation, analyzing their behavior and motivations. In order to fit in with their values, we can apply the knowledge as well of our shadow to guide our lives in a more authentic manner. Each and every time previously, we shine light on a secret aspects of us. We decrease its power unconsciously controlling us. Recognizing our shadow can also enhance our connection with others. Frequently, the things that irritate us about others can serve as a reflection, our own shadow characteristics. If an individual's assertiveness, it annoys you, can it be that you're not giving yourself permission to assertive when required? Acknowledging and incorporating those characteristics can result in healthy conversations and additional important links. Taking on the aspects of ourselves that we have moved on from is not a small feat. It resembles walking inside our minds into a dark room where everything has been stored. We did not want to contact. These may be desires or fears. We've buried talents or regrets because we or they were deemed undesirable by others. Turning to face your shadow entails getting the light on in that room and actually searching out, recognizing what exists and why. Acknowledging is key. That these unseen factors are more than just flaws or quirks, however, essential components of our identity. This method's during daunting is amazingly powerful. Present for a minute, that each and every time you've experienced a surge of anger or a jealous pang, you have suppressed such emotions. You could have told yourself that was not the right way to feel. Alternatively, it wasn't who you wanted to be. However, these feelings, uncomfortable and intense as they may be, are our shadow signals phoning for our listeners. We can start by facing them, discovering the complex, our personality tapestry, and acquire new information are essential for individual development. When we start in front of our shaded, doing so is essential with patience and compassion. This has not to do with judgment or criticism of self, rather than considering it as I connect with an old friend you have gone away with. There may be apprehension or tense first. However, there is also the possibility for reconciliation and comprehending. You may find, as an example, that you continue to doubt yourself is a form in reality of deterrence from failure, a means of maintaining you in your zone of comfort. Acknowledging this can give you power to accept determined risks, to expand beyond the bounds unconsciously you've set up for yourself. Additionally, facing your shadow, able to lead to a solid sense of emanation. A lot of us have above the weight of unexamined fears and disregarded desires that may affect our decisions and form our lives in ways we are unaware of. Putting them in the spotlight, we deprive them of power to keep us under control from the shadows. An essential factor of Stoic freedom is this: not just freedom from outside factors, but from those inside allowances which we force upon ourselves. This devotion to self-awareness assists in creating true relationships. When you comprehend your own difficulties, you're more capable of comprehending and accept other people's complexities. Deeper connections are found by this, and a larger ability to empty upon identifying the shared, the human struggle to equalize our psyche's many parts, accepting every aspect of ourself. Even those bits we have long been hidden or ignored. It's not just about acceptance, integration is the key. This is where all of these discoveries are used by us in front of our shadow and begin to weave them inside the fabric of our everyday livings. Consider it like updating an old home. You wouldn't just recognize the weak aspects and the departure. No, you would fix them, possibly even make them better, changing them into advantages that improve the structure as a whole. During this process of integration, it is essential to attend, using both wisdom and Stoics-like intentionality. We have to apply reasonable minds to explain how these characteristics able to assist us, and better communities letting them get darker is not the point. Run wild for more hidden aspects. However, what about channeling them? Using constructive methods, not at all destructive. For example, if a hidden aggression is found, rather than suppressing it, exploring it, or letting it, you could broadcast it into sports competitively or actively. Advocate for reasons you consider these methods able to shift profoundly our connections with the world, including our shadow in. We are more aligned with the idea of Stoic of accommodating nature in one's life, our actual nature. This encompasses every one of our faces, not just the people who are socially acceptable. Creating a harmony is the goal, inside ourselves that impacts the outside. In our deeds and conversations, when we quit attacking aspects of self, a greater peace is found and power to commit to living completely and successfully. Additionally, including your shadow able to unleash innovation and creativity. Frequently, it's those oddball aspects of us that we have suppressed that contain the key to unique solutions and perspectives. By giving them space for breathing, we are able to contribute new ideas to our work. And individual work. Letting light into a room is like it. It's been too dark there. Suddenly you see things that you previously couldn't. Patterns and colors that engage new methods of being and thought. This integration also assists us in dealing with more robust difficulties when we get to know our darker side. We're less likely to be derailed by them. We are able to project our possible reactions to stress and make appropriate plans. The essence of Stoic resilience is this: getting the mind ready for everything life throws at us by comprehending ourselves in detail. This in-depth knowledge of self permits us to stay up fast, not because we are used to hardshipping, however, because we are intimately comprehend in our own workings. Accepting and including our shadow aids us in avoiding the hypocrisy. Pitfalls. Harshly judging others is easy. For characteristics, we deny to recognize ourselves by accepting and including these characteristics. We grow a more passionate perspective, acknowledging that everyone has challenges and commonly share the same things we criticize about other people. This results in towards more genuine interactions and diminished internal dispute, since we no longer need to preserve a perfective facade. Acquiring ownership of all aspects of our individuality, as well as the darker, less perceptible aspects, is a step that is profound, directed at real self-improvement and integrity in person. When we start really take accountability for our deeds, emotions, and ideas, we accept the idea that the architects are us of our own personality and destiny. This responsibility not about blame for self, rather we need to empower ourselves to address life's difficulties with age and advance. In the Stoicism philosophy, the focus, personal accountability is crucial. The Stoics considered that even if we may not be able to outside events, we are able to control how we react to them. This control starts with comprehension. The whole spectrum of identity included are shadows. It's about acknowledging that our responses, infuriate, envy, of impatience, do not occur spontaneously. Emotional outbursts yet have a deep root on a partial basis that we could not completely accepted or comprehend. By accepting accounts for these parts, we do what the Stoics do, seen as the ultimate form of virtue, actualizing reasonable living. For example, if you discover a propensity toward envy, rather of suppressing it or acting upon it, you accept it as a part of your experience as a human. You can start there to query essential questions. Why do I have this feeling? Things I miss in my own life. I feel envious of others because of it. This area of research can improve self-awareness. Lastly, additional productive actions. Moreover, accepting accountability includes a dedication to individual development. It entails being truthful about your currents in life, who you are and ways to get better. Setting aside excuses is part of it. And considering the uncomfortable times. Advances in our motivations and desires. This is more than just self-discipline. Self-evolution is key. Upon integrating our shadow selves inside, we could discover that our objectives, aspirations shift, and in order to reflect a deeper comprehending of our actual ability and desires, this method. Additionally, it promotes a more elegant connection with oneself, moreover, with others. When you accept account for your shadow, you decrease the projecting risk, passing on the denied parts to others. This may result into misconceptions and disputes, as an example. If you identify your own insecurity, difficulties, you're less likely to see what others do as individual threats. Consequently, accountability impacts perceptions of clearing and healthy communications. Assuming accountability for a shadow includes accepting the role of a participant who is active throughout your life, unlike a passive observer. This part of Stoicism is liberating. It motivates us to take proactive access, our circumstances, to design the life we desire. Every choice for every acknowledgement of a shadow character turns into a creation act, forming who we are and our future path. When we begin to identify every different aspects of our individuality, learning is the future step, ways to get them to come together. Working in union flattening is not the issue here. Our character condensed into one note, however, rather concerning, orchestrating a complex symphony of traits that makes us uniquely who we are. Harmonizing our traits means acknowledging and integrating our shadows in such a way that they contribute positively to our overall being. The art of harmonizing these various characteristics compared to the Stoic practice of accommodating nature in one's life. Stoics aim to comprehend the world's natural state. Moreover, they and then live in a consistent way, using this comprehension. Comparably, when our characteristics harmonize, aligning our internal world is our aim. Our emotions and impulses and ability with our outside deeds and conversations. Identifying a middle path is the goal. Every part of us has a part to play and no dominance to other people's detriment, as an example. If you find the shadow side of you that is very achievable, this feature is not needed to be resistant or let go without direction. It may be balanced instead. Using your enhanced cooperation, team-oriented characteristics, what inspires you is the ambition to succeed and achievement. While your side is cooperative, ensures you stay in connect and attendant to those in your area. This equilibrium guarantees that your driving never tramples over other people, however, instead is modified into guidance and empowerment. Additionally, harmonizing entails changing what may originally appearance of weaknesses, accessing strengths. Possibly always seen the liability of your sensitivity, a shadow aspects that puts you at risk. Nevertheless, when coordinated, this sensory can grow in power as a tool for comprehend and empathy, improving your connections. Moreover, letting you to manage social contacts additionally. By changing your point of view, you change a secret character into a perceived asset. Moreover, the self-control Stoic concept performs an important role during this procedure. It's not about repression in self-control. Appropriate expression is key. It entails not allowing any part of your individuality overcome the other's instances when you feel angry. Self-control aids in expressing this emotional statement in an assertive manner. Not at all aggressive, verifying your anger is listened to and helped without harmfully. The essence of harmonizing is this. It's being aware of when and how to allow a part of you. Go ahead. This trip, integration, is very individual and needs a delicate self-awareness and comprehension. You are asked to become the conductor and in your own life's orchestra awareness to the dynamics of your individual world and the way they act in your outside world. Every aspect you have like a musical notation that, when it's played, consistent with others, generates a more elegant and powerful melody. The process is dynamic and ongoing. As we develop and evolve, likewise, follow the instructions. What our characteristics need to be in equality and outlined. Life is always with us, with new difficulties and opportunities. They need different considerations of our spirituality to go ahead. Keeping an eye on things is crucial. Relating to this inner music, changing as needed to preserve harmony that aligns with our identity, and aspire to be keen edge maintenance on our awareness of self and growth in person needs continuous work. A lot like how a skilled swordsman needs to sharpen their blade regularly. This continuous procedure guarantees that our comprehension of ourselves is there, precise and clear, permitting us to go wisdom in the complexities of life. Moreover, adaptability, the keeping practice. A sharp knowledge of self is not a one-time accomplishment. It is a lifelong procedure that requires commitment and continuous reflection. In the Stoicism tradition, the value of consistent inspection of self-priorities as a tool in order to maintain mental and moral clearance. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoics. Dedicated to regular meditations, conscious analyzations on their actions, ideas and feelings which are beneficial to them. Recognize what they're doing and set themselves up, a nearer look at their values in our own adventure. This periodical examination aids in maintaining intimate connection from within ourselves. Specifically, the aspects that are simple to suppress or overload, the shadow sides permanently participating in shadow with ourself, permits us to observe. Are there any new trends or passive patterns that may appear as we live and changes in the case? For example, if you discover that you're feeling resentful when you're usually slow. Accommodation, this may indicate an aspect of your shadow taking center stage, perhaps indication that your limits are being presented or you are not getting what you need. Identifying these patterns enables us to constructively address them prior to them causing more serious problems. Moreover, maintaining a sharp word, not only passive observation is involved, however, active participation. Using our findings, it necessitates that we pose challenging queries. And be true, using the responses we discover. Do I have a part of myself I'm still hiding from that? Fears. Am I allowing myself to be held back? This degree of research can be difficult. However, it is necessary. For real development and comprehend it enables us to make educated options for how to act, guaranteeing that what we do are consistent with our highest principles and considerations. Additionally, this practice improves our ability to resist. The greater our comprehension, our inner workings, the more ready we are to take on life's difficulties. We are able to predict our responses to anxiety or dispute and take better care of them. This is not what it means we will not go through hard-wing or uncomfortable. It improves our equipment. In order to address these situations upon their emergence, our readying. It's more than just dealing amid external difficulties. However, it's also about managing our inner reactions, remaining composure and updating. Even in testing our integrity, this continuing interaction. Using our shadow can improve our passion for others as well as for self by permanently advanced confronting. Moreover, embracing our own complexity. We have a higher chance of extending that comprehension of others, acknowledging that all owning their own difficulties and shadows. This shared acknowledgement able to promote a better sense of linkage and compassion in our connectionships, improving our conversations on society and participating. To a better comprehend and a supportive group, due to the Stoic principles we have to go for it, this ongoing inspection of self not as a trouble, however, as a ritual of empowerment, a means to maintain our mental and blades of emotion, sharp and available. It's a devotion for our own conscious living, complete and truthful. By using this technique into our everyday living, we don't just remain loyal to ourselves, but also create a road of real fulfillment and advice. As our exploration combines today, do not forget that comprehension. Moreover, incorporating your shadow is more than just uncovering unseen aspects of you. It's about setting off on a journey toward a more upscale and a full life value is teached by Stoicism of inner knowledge more than just a philosophy exercise. However, as a useful tool for a wise and good life, this trip that we have together today is just the beginning. Keep reflecting, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep growing. Thank you for spending this time with me and for being a part of our Stoic journal. I hope our discussion has sparked some curiosity and encouraged you to take a closer look into your own personality and inspirations as you go on your travels. Keep in mind that every step of self-awareness, additional clarity, and strength of the story of your life prior to going ensure that you check out, among the recommendations, live videos on screen. They're made to assist you in exploring the interesting features of Stoicism and growth in person. Continue to delve deeply, continue to reflect. And let's go on this amazing trip together. I appreciate you being here with me today. I'll see you soon.